Yo, Happy New Year's, my Pog champs. I hope you all had a great 2020. Hope you had a good Christmas. You know what I mean. Sorry about the sparse uploading in the last couple months, but been having some camera trouble I've been trying to work out. As you'll see here, we're all good now. I thought I'd start off 2021 pretty easy with a studio tour. 2021 already, huh? Where's my life going? God. So come with me as I show you my setup for 2021. I should probably start with the main hub. This is my 2015 MacBook Pro, 16 gig RAM, terabyte hard drive. I've been using Pro Tools since 2011. I've been using Logic Pro predominantly for the last couple of years though. I also occasionally use Ableton Live. I use a lot of Native Instruments and GGD, the stuff I work on. That and a lot of stock plugins. I think on my MacBook hooked up via USB to my Focusrite interface. I'm running a Scala 18i20, 8 microphone preamps, instrument pads, phantom power for microphones like this one right here. I generally keep this microphone permanently plugged in. Master, dim and mute, 2 headphone outputs, power switch. Next then we've got a Focusrite outputting to these. These are just KRK Rocket 6. As far as mixing goes, I try to use as many different types of speaker formats. Just a disclaimer, I don't actually use laptop speakers to actually mix and master songs on, but I will use them to like test my mixes. Same with the earphones, studio headphones. I try and test all my mixes on as many different speakers that I can. Make sure that my mixes sound good on everything. Well, that's just a TV. I'll use as a second monitor sometimes. This is my Novation LaunchKey Mark II, I believe. 61 key keyboard. I use this pretty much for all my writing and performing with instrument tracks. Just goes in straight with a USB cable. And this is a jack cable for the sustain pedal. This keyboard isn't overly fancy. I mean, it's designed to be used in Ableton, but I don't use Ableton that often. But it's got the launch pad squares here, mixer knobs, faders. I don't generally use these much either. Pretty much just use the keys and the pitch and modulation wheels, obviously. I use this for working with all my MIDI tracks. Next is my Maschine MK2. This is a software hardware hybrid sampler. This plugs in USB again. Next, for a more important part of the studio, this is my Kemper rack unit. I use this for pretty much all my guitar sounds. This plugs directly in to the interface via 2 XLR cables out the back into the back of this, and so I don't have to use any microphones. I just plug in my guitar here and this is all set up and ready to go, and I can just get direct awesome guitar tones straight out of the box. Above it is an Avid 11 rack. This does pretty much the same job that the Kemper does. I don't really use this anymore. I got the 11 rack first. Doesn't have as many options as the Kemper does. On the Kemper I can download new rigs whenever I want straight off the internet. The 11 rack is pretty limited to what kind of sounds you can make with it, so I pretty much never use it anymore. Alongside this Kemper I also have Kemper Profiler Remote. Generally you'd use these for live performances. I don't really perform much live, so yeah, I pretty much just keep this under the desk. It's wired up to the Kemper above. What I generally use this for is it's got a tuner on it so I can tune my guitars quicker. Next we have my microphone. I've got this with a desk stand at the moment. I normally keep it up on that normal boom stand with a second pop filter and a acoustic foam shield. I normally have my vocal mic put up on there, but recently I've been attaching it to this desk. This is my Rode NT1A large diaphragm condenser microphone. This I normally use when I'm either doing like voiceover work or I'm working with a vocalist. Should I do guitars? I'll do guitars. This is a Ibanez Geo RG guitar. Don't use it too much these days. I've been using it a bit more recently, but over the last couple of years it hasn't gotten much use at all. Next is my PRS SE standard. I use this pretty much all the time with recording guitar stuff. Yeah, I pretty much use this on anything that uses a guitar, really. Anyone who may recognize it, I've got a really old MPC 2000, real old vintage piece of gear. It's almost as old as I am. This doesn't get much use anymore either. Predominantly runs on floppy disk drives, so it's kind of a pain to load up samples. And yeah, these are just some AKG K92 studio headphones. I use these a lot when I mix. And I got an old turntable under there. I used to DJ a lot back in the day. Don't use that much anymore. That's pretty much just stored down here. And I got a stack of old Electribes down there. Analog synthesizers that I use a lot for making synth sounds. Yeah, this is pretty much my setup then. We'll see how this changes as the year goes on. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed my studio tour for 2021. Make sure to tune in next year where I do the exact same thing again. I promise there will be more videos coming this year than there was last year. You see this? See this right here? You know what this means? Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I mean it. I mean it. Hope to see you guys next time. Peace out. Oh god, I have COVID. Ugh.